What's going on, everybody? You already know who this is. It's your girl XO, Vegan Thoughts, Treasuring Health Overall, Teaches Self Love. You already know. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving if you're from the States and, if you celebrate the holiday. I know a lot of people don't like the negative connotation that goes along with Thanksgiving, but we ain't even gonna get into all that because we already know it's about love, light, and positivity. So hopefully you got to spend time with your family, got to spend time with some friends. Just had the opportunity to spend time with some good people. You know what I mean? And if you had to work yesterday, my heart goes out to you. Shout outs to you because I definitely went to the store yesterday, and I appreciate everybody who worked and everybody who continued their grind. You know what I mean? And if you had to spend the holidays alone, you know what I'm saying? My heart also goes out to you. I know for a lot of people that's hard, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I hope that you guys were still able to eat well, still able to enjoy yourself. And that's what we're going to get into. We're going to get into being lonely. That's a perfect segue. All right. So, pretty much, you guys, one of the things I want you guys to think about is that just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely. Okay, a lot of the times the loneliness comes from within because we don't know who we are. We don't know how to be by ourselves. We're so used to feeding off of other people's energy, being around other people, or allowing other people to validate our existence, which, at the end of the day, it happens to the best of us. But you have to realize that how somebody feels about you has nothing to do with you. Okay, now I have an advantage with dealing with loneliness because I grew up, with two sisters, but they were older than me. You know what I'm saying? So once they moved out of the house, I had to deal with being alone. The funny thing is, I've always been able to be alone. I always called myself a loner. Never realized how important it would be to me till this year. This year, really, really put everything into perspective and really, at certain points, I felt lonely. You know what I mean? I felt like, damn, I had this person, had that person. This person's gone now, that person's gone now. But at the end of the day, if they're gone, they were never meant to stay in the first place. Okay? Or at least not right now. I had a lot of issues with codependency, and that really was, shown in my romantic relationships. You know what I mean? I was so hell bent on being a good person for that person and not being a good person for myself. I was so worried about what they like, what they want to do, what type of person are they. That never really got into who I was, even when I was younger. You know what I mean? And then in those developmental stages, I still wasn't really tuned into me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just used to not having people around, but that's not the same. So a benefit of being alone is really getting to know yourself. Really, really tuning in to what you like. What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to go? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we get so distracted from external forces and external opinions. Everybody thinks you should do this. Everybody wants you to do it like that. Everybody, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not about everybody. What do you want to do? That's why a lot of times it's good to be alone because you can meditate, you can get into your own mind, you can really get back grounded with who you are. You know what I'm saying? The benefit of being alone is also being able to not only learn who you are, but also start changes that need to occur. Okay, a lot of time we don't want to sit and chill by ourselves because we may not like who we are. We may not really fuck with who we are. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't know that, but that's a lot of the reason. You know what I'm saying? Because you have things about you that you want to change, but you want to distract yourself with other people, and that's why a lot of the times people project. That's why a lot of the times people are so consumed in other people's drama because they don't want to have to deal with their own either internal struggles. You know what I mean? We're so quick to say, you're this and you're that. But what about you? You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to lose ourselves in the process. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we think, well, I'm alone because I don't want to deal with nobody. That's not healthy either. We got to have a balance. You know what I mean? Everybody's not going to be like you. Everybody's not going to be the same as you. But that's where you find your balance when you are able to be alone and know what's for you and know what's not for you. A lot of times people would rather be alone because they don't want to have to deal with people who are different. everybody's not going to be the same. You know what I mean? I could see if somebody's toxic to you, then yeah, set your boundary and distance yourself. But if people are just being them and you can't accept that, then that's a trigger. And that's something that you got to realize that's within you, and that's internal. It's not external. You know what I mean? So that's why I tell people, like, how somebody feel about you ain't got nothing to do with you. A lot of the time it's what they've been through. A lot of the time it's their own biasness. A lot of the time is what they have perceived you as and what they've perceived certain situations as. And that's okay. You know what I mean? We all got a lot to learn. We all got a journey to walk. You know what I mean? But being alone is beautiful. You know what I mean? Sit by your shadow side. You know what I mean? Heal that person. Heal that teenager. Heal that adolescent. Heal that child. You know? Because if we don't confront our own demons, it's gonna make it harder to be able to help others with theirs. You know what I mean? As a healer, you know what I mean, I've learned a lot. You know, I used to be so rageful and so, you know, angry at how certain people act and what they say and what they do. And a lot of the time I had to realize it wasn't them, it was me. You know what I mean? I had to come to terms with a lot of things this year. And a lot of people that are in my life, it's not that they're not in my life because I wasn't a good person to them or they weren't a good person to me. It's just, at the end of the day, they have their own internal struggles. And sometimes you can't afford to have those type of people around you because they're going to start bringing you down. They're going to start bringing your vibe down. They're going to start having you question who you are. And no one should ever make you feel like you are questionable if you know who you are. Okay? And knowing who you are means knowing all the negative and the positive. And knowing what you're willing to change and what you're not. You know? It's all a process. It's all a process. It's all a journey. You know what I mean? And no one is better. No one is lesser. You know what I mean? We're all special. You know, we're all connected. You know, and that's one of the biggest things. But when you are able to sit with self and talk to self and enjoy yourself, go out, treat yourself, and come back home and chill by yourself, you know what I mean? That's beautiful. But balance, okay? You know what I mean? We do need each other. We're all connected, you know, but have those healthy people surround you, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, just because people are negative sometimes doesn't mean they're unhealthy. We're all human, you know what I mean? And that's what people don't fail to realize about spirituality. It's not that we don't want you to be angry. Of course we don't want you to be angry, but it's not that we don't want you to dwell in that emotion. Okay, everybody's like, well, I'm entitled to my emotion. That's the problem. Entitlement. You know what I mean? When you angry, you're going off of a high. You're entitled to your emotion. I can feel like this if I want to. That don't make it right. That don't make it a good balance. Just because you feel entitled don't mean it's balanced. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean it's okay. But, I mean, you gotta let people go through what they go through, establish your boundaries. But just remember, just because you are alone does not mean you're lonely. Just because mad people may have dipped out on your life, just because the universe took away mad people, whether they had to pass away, whether you just had to cut them off, whether they had to turn their back on you, whatever the case may be, understand that the universe is shifting things to make it work for you. Some people were not going to leave your life unless the universe forced them to. You ever lost somebody, you be like, damn, I ain't that bad of a person. But you know what I'm saying? It's okay, because sometimes you have to be alone. That is the only way you're going to strive and thrive and be that beautiful butterfly. You know what I mean? I seen a guy here, YouTube, I don't know his name. I wish I did. I could shout him out. But he had this dope post talking about staying still, and it really put in a lot of things in perspective for me, because I'm, you know what I mean, I'm so like, man, I should be doing something. Man, I should be moving. Man, I should be talking to this person. I should be making connection with that person. Sometimes it's best peace be still. You know what I mean? He made the best analogy. He made an analogy with our life and a caterpillar. You know what I mean? When a caterpillar is going through its transformative stage, it's still. You don't know what's going on. A lot of people don't know what's going on. But when they see the result, they've known what happened. Okay? So sometimes people can't be there with you on your journey. And sometimes you have to stay still. But best believe, when it's time, everybody you need is going to be there. What's for you is for you. Your vibe will attract your tribe. Live authentically, so you ain't out here attracting the randomest people and you still feeling alone. Like, what the hell? Be true to you. Understand your process and understand it's all about evolution, okay? It's okay to be alone, yo. Have fun with yourself. Once again, this is your girl XO. Vegan thoughts, treasuring health overall, teaches self-love. We got a few things coming up soon, y'all. I cannot wait, man. Cali is coming. Cali's on the way. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. You know, patience. You know, everything that's that's good to you is going to take some time, okay? So be patient, all right? DC, I'll hit you up first. Cali, you know what's the move. And if anything changes, you guys know I'm going to let y'all know. But this journey is going to be beautiful. It's about to get even better. We're working on music. And nothing's going to hold us back. Be authentic. Be you. Show the world your treasures. Create in your loneliness. Come out popping. All right? Peace, everybody.